Success isn't overnight. It's when every day you get a little better that day than the day before. It all adds up. Dwayne Johnson. My friends, let's jump into these charts. This is one of those days where everything is up. The only thing that's really up for the day, and again, it's still sort of small potatoes for Bitcoin. It is up 1.97%. Second day in a row up. We'll talk about that when we get to it. Let's first jump into the S&P 500. It's pretty much flat, but this is a higher week than last week. You can see where things bumped up nicely on Monday and Tuesday. And again, as we get into Wednesday, slowing down. Actually, we look, it's Monday afternoon. It was down in the morning on Monday. Monday afternoon, picked up a little bit, jumped up on Tuesday, and then 0.06%. So again, it's not flat, but it's up just a tiny bit. And we are staying the same with our percentage directional probability and our backtest accuracy. I will tell you that we are bullish. And of course, Patreon members, your trade execution and analysis plan has already been uploaded at the Patreon page, and we emailed it out to you, along with your trade execution summary grid. I do always post the day after at the Patreon page for anyone who cares to see it. I post yesterday's trade execution summary grid, and in fact, the whole analysis and execution plan. So please check that out if you want to see what it is we put out on a daily basis. Extremely helpful. Gives you our analysis and predictions, gives you our trade execution instructions. And of course, all of this, we give the caveat. It's for practice trading. We're not a stock, bond, gold, or Bitcoin calling service. We do like providing this information each and every day for educational purposes. Hope that you are practice trading with us. That's where we are. You can see how the volume has been fairly consistent right there up around average on the half day. The 2-day, this is just the first day of the latest 2-day candle. You can see where the volume has consistently been average for many, many days. We'll see if it gets up to that tomorrow. Still has 1 day to go, but you can see how angling up nicely. We're getting up close to. If you look at the high for the day, the high was 608. Now remember, the prior high, if I can, let's see, let me move, 210.78 is what we're tracking back to January and February. So we're getting close there. There you can see it now, 210.78. Not too far away. We ended the day at 610.78. We ended the day at 607.12. So again, we'll continue to keep an eye on things and see. We are bullish and see just how much long this ride goes. Let's move on now to the NASDAQ 100. It was up a little over 0.25%. And again, you can see where this week we punched prior than the higher high as we look at things, which is nice to see. The high so far this week, 543.31. And that is good to see. The prior high that we noted here on our chartreuse horizontal line was 538.28. So it's nice to see things punching higher. We can see where, for the most part, we've been hitting average volume on the 2-day chart pretty nicely. We're not quite halfway there on this latest one. See where things popped up again on Tuesday morning and just continuing to climb on up a little higher. So again, tech stocks taking off nicely after on that 2-day chart, 3 dojis in a row, then a spinning top last week and pushing on up this week. We continue to be long. We are bullish. Directional probability, backtest accuracy, entry dollar points, the exit dollar points, and the expected move in dollars all published there on your trade execution summary grid. Check that out if you're interested in practice trading. Now let's move on to 20-year U.S. government bonds. We're bullish there at 60% bullishness. You can check out our backtest accuracy also. It's a little bit better than a coin toss, but I've been telling you what I've been seeing as things bottom out, dojis then turning into a green spinning top. I wish we'd had volume to really back it up. That's what makes you feel good about it. But it is moving in the right direction. and we are bullish on 20-year U.S. government bonds, up a little bit for the day, 0.13%. And again, bonds just above on the 2-day, above on the half-day, a little down in the morning, popped up in the afternoon a little bit. But again, an up day for bonds, we are continuing to be bullish after being bearish for quite a while. Where are we on gold? Well, a little worried about gold, the way it started the week off. We continue to be somewhat bearish on gold, but somewhat bullish on gold. I personally am bearish on gold because it busted through my trend line. We have 2 down candles on the 2-day charts. That's really 3 days because this is the first day of the latest 2-day candle. Average volume in that red spinning top that punched through, which tells us something. You can see the big down move was on the morning on Tuesday, down this morning, then punched up a little bit up 0.30%. If by the end of the week, this red spinning top that we have right now on the weekly chart turns into a green spinning top or a green up candle, I'll feel better, but I just don't think I'm going to. Look at the volume we already have. Now, this red means, of course, it opened lower than the prior close. That also corresponded with pushing through the weekly trend line, which is a decent trend line connecting 3 candles. And that just tells me something. So even though our numbers running telling us that we're slightly bullish, I still find myself bearish. And of course, we got our entry point, exit point, expected move in dollars, and backtest accuracy published under the trade execution summary grid. Like I said, we've already posted yesterday's grid for you. If you want to see where we've been in the past, you can check that out. And in fact, I'll put it in the show notes today. If you're not a subscriber at chartingwealth.com, that is for free. Unlike the Patreon page where you have 3 different levels of support, go there, sign up for free, and you'll at least get what we've been telling you over the prior days. And we'll publish today's trade execution summary grid tomorrow, but you can see yesterday's today. Now let's look at where we are lastly on Bitcoin. Bitcoin up 1.97%. Now, of course, we have a downtrend line. We are pushing through that on the 2-day and the half-day. It took us, into today to clearly push through it. 2 days of decent up moves on Bitcoin after we hit that high of highs back in mid-May. We then we had an up week but didn't hit a higher high. Then we had a red spinning top, a little up week, and then things sort of drifting down. We are still slightly bullish on Bitcoin, and the backtest accuracy is not that high a percentage, but we are bullish. In fact, as I've told you, we're bullish on everything at this point. Some higher percentages than others, which of course the directional probability being higher gives you a better chance of things continuing in that direction. We also compare that with the backtest accuracy. And again, I encourage you, either go to chartingwealth.com, check out what we publish every day, or go to the Patreon page and you can see when we free up for the general public all of that information. But we provide there the analysis and predictions, the trade execution summary grids, and our trade execution instructions, again, for your practice trading. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth.